The lights are powering down on an era at Anfield. After thousands of minutes, hundreds of goals, and years of magic, the story of Mohamed Salah at Liverpool is reaching its final page. For the supporters in the stands, the prospect of a pitch without his familiar silhouette on the right wing brings an undeniable sting. It's the closing of a chapter they desperately wished could go on forever. To understand the weight of this goodbye, we have to look back to 2017. Liverpool was a storied institution, weighed down by its own history, searching for a spark that could push them back to the absolute summit of European football. When they spent £42 million to bring a winger in from Roma, the move was met with immediate, loud skepticism. Critics pointed directly at his time in London. His previous stint in English football had yielded only a handful of appearances and very little impact, leaving pundits questioning his physicality to survive the Premier League. The stakes were exceptionally high. You had a restless fan base demanding immediate success, and a player carrying the heavy baggage of past English failure. It was a combination built for either a massive collapse or an extraordinary redemption. The catalyst for that redemption was his manager. Jurgen Klopp saw past the early criticisms and designed a highly aggressive pressing system specifically built to isolate defenders and feed his new forward an open space. The average Premier League debutant might scrape together 10 goals. By May, he netted 32, setting a new record. Tracking multiple seasons, the trend is clear. While the league average remains flat, his production climbs aggressively, tearing through defenses. This relentless scoring meant that even when Liverpool's defense looked vulnerable, they were never truly out of a match. His consistency provided a safety net, allowing the rest of the squad to play with a level of aggression they hadn't previously sustained. Behind the statistics was a terrifying, singular focus. He took the intense media scrutiny that had written him off as a Chelsea reject and used it as fuel, building an impenetrable mental resilience. His arrival shifted the offensive geometry of the league. While traditional wingers were expected to provide crosses from the touchline, he functioned as a primary striker from a wide position, forcing defenses to abandon their standard marking schemes. Individual records inevitably translated into macro-level success. His goals provided the raw firepower necessary to navigate the brutal, high-stakes gauntlet of continental competition. That journey peaked in Madrid, where he buried a penalty in the opening minutes, ultimately lifting the most coveted trophy in club football and restoring Liverpool's status as European royalty. Domestically, the stakes were even higher. He spearheaded a relentless 99-point campaign that finally captured the Premier League title, erasing 3 agonizing decades of waiting for the red side of the city. Through all these campaigns, he consistently outscored his peers. 3 separate times, he finished the season standing on a podium with a golden boot, solidifying his status as the most dangerous forward. When the margins were tightest, he was at his best. Whether it was Manchester City, Everton, or Manchester United, he had a distinct habit of punishing historic rivals precisely when his team needed a breakthrough. The silverware in the cabinet and the medals around his neck are physical proof. They document exactly who built the foundation for Liverpool's modern supremacy. His presence changed the cultural gravity of the club. His success turned Liverpool into a focal point for millions of new supporters across the Middle East and Africa, connecting the city to a global audience in a way no previous player had. He became a towering figure of representation. Millions of kids, stretching from the streets of Cairo to the parks of Merseyside, mirrored his celebrations, finding a symbol of resilience and belief in his success. Which brings us back to the reality of the present. As the final whistle approaches, every pass, every sprint, and every goal carries the heavy, undeniable weight of history closing in. The closing matches have become an exhibition of mutual gratitude. The embraces on the touchline and the songs echoing down from the Kop reflect a pure, unconditional bond between a player and his adopted city. Every athletic career is bound by time and physics. The playing days have to end, but the collective memories forged under the Anfield lights do not fade. Mohamed Salah walked into this stadium years ago surrounded by skepticism.
He walks out as a permanent fixture in history, leaving behind a massive legacy, echoing through those stands long after the final light goes dark.